Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over preparations that you should be making in the lead up to the GoFest Global that we're going to be seeing here, because it is going to be a very good one. Okay, we're just going to kind of brush over just a basic kind of information. A lot of you already know this, but there's a lot of newer players and you may miss one. So with that said, we're going to go over this list, which has been made by GoHub. So I will be taking those images from GoHub. I will put a link down below so you can go and take a look at it yourself more in depth if you'd like to. But we're just going to kind of brush over this. Quite a bit of information here. So let's go ahead and just get started with this. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's so beautiful outside. I'm going to have a nice long walk later. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into the preparation for GoFest Global 2025. So first things first, you're definitely going to be wanting to stock up on your Pokeballs, okay? So you have your auto catchers, right? Or your regular, Go Pluses, whatever the case may be. Those are going to be using Pokeballs. Now, if you have a Go Plus, they will be using Ultra and Great Balls. But of course, you will have to be pushing the button unless you do have customized one that will auto catch. So just make sure you stack up on those and prioritize your items. There's going to be a lot of item talking here. Open and send gifts daily, which is going to help you also get these items a lot easier, and just being able to stock up on those Ultra as well as those Great Balls. And in the long run, it's going to help you out a lot better. Now, if you have a bunch of Pokestops, you can go sit around there, okay, and do what you got to do. But make sure you do open up those gifts. Prepare for the raids. There's going to be a ton of raids, so you kind of have to make sure you have, your Poke Coins, your raid passes, and it's going to be unlimited for a particular time. So you're going to be going hard on Crown Station and Zamazenta, and maybe even some of those costume raids. All right, let's go ahead and see. Also, you want to make sure you clear out your eggs the day before this event, okay? So you're ready to go for when this does start. You're going to be able to pick up those actual featured eggs that are going to be for GoFest Global, okay? Moving it on here, we went over the Ultra and Great Balls. We don't really need to talk about that. The berries, all right. So maybe you want to clear out your bag of kind of useless berries, and I wouldn't really recommend just throwing them away. I personally do that quite often, but I do have several Pokemon that have been in gyms for about, I think it's like around like 60 days now. No, that's not 60, like 40 days, and they have like 600 berries fed to them. So you want to drop Pokemon in gym, feed them the berries so you can clear out your item space while at the same time able to gain Stardust. That's going to help you out quite a bit, okay? Moving it on here, open your gifts daily like we just went over. You're going to want to try to reach that limit every single day. If you do not have enough friends on your list to actually reach the limit, maybe you want to start reaching out to different parts of the communities. You have Discord, you have the in-game thing for Pokemongo, right? And you also have other social medias online where you could potentially meet people. All right, if you're a kid, make sure you get your parents' permission. All right, gotta always say that. Let's go ahead and see here. We don't need to talk about the Star Piece and Incense. That's going to be a given. You're going to always want to run those for sure, okay? All right, now, when it comes to Zacian and Zamazenta, this is going to be a massive part of the event, okay? So just, make sure you take the preparations for your item bag. You don't need to stack up on berries or revives or potions or anything like that. You are simply going to be able to get those. If you're going to be going hard on the raids, they're going to come right back at you, so you don't have to really worry about stacking those up too hard. I'm not saying you should throw away your golden razes. You should always keep those, obviously your silvers too, but when it comes to like potions and revives, don't get rid of them all, but you don't need to be stacking hundreds and hundreds of them when it comes down to this event, okay? So you'll get them all right back. Moving it on here, exclusive eggs, we already been over that. Make sure you clear out your eggs so everything's good to go and you're ready to incubate all of these exclusive eggs when this does start here. And at the very end, we're going to be going over bundles that are going to be available for the Global GoFest, as we've seen those on-spot locations for the different parts of the world. They were receiving some pretty amazing deals, and we're actually going to get a couple ourselves, which we're going to go ahead and go over. All right, and then of course you have your storage. Now, when it comes to storing Pokemon and hoarding Pokemon, I've always been a big advocate of do not stack up a bunch of shinies. After Community Day, you know, you can go online and get your attention post and show how much you caught. All right, I'm just saying, oh, you caught 30, that's fantastic, it's community day, great job, cool, we all caught a bunch, right? So you need to transfer those right away, because you're not going to be able to mass transfer them. And if you let them stack and stack and stack and stack, even the ones that you're getting in the wild that you don't particularly want, you're going to have to sit there for a whole long time slowly transferring them, because you can't mass transfer shiny Pokemon. And as well as if you're a live dex collector, get rid of the ones that you don't need. You don't really need all of these things, okay? I'm not saying get rid of your living dex, but if you have doubles, get rid of them. Move it along. Trash them. Trade a lot of these Pokemon. Meet up with a friend. Do a bunch of trades. Go to lunch. Go to dinner. You know, Netflix, chill, whatever the hell you have to do. Trade as many as you possibly can to maybe get luckies, hundreds, chundos, whatever the case may be. But storage is going to be your best friend too. Let's keep it going here. They also go on to say your shadow Pokemon. So they say you should purify the shadow Pokemon. Now, this is going to cost you Stardust. And if you don't want to do that, then of course you don't have to, duh. But if you want to maybe get that metal that you need for the purification of the shadow Pokemon, that is going to help you out quite a bit as well, if you have the Stardust to spare to do these purifications. So just another little bit of a heads up there. Choose your buddy Pokemon wisely. So we're going to be having different habitats, okay? Let me see if I have that habitat. I'll probably throw it up here in a bit. But as we do lead up, we'll probably go over this a little bit more as far as the even closer specifics as to what this event is going to be having here. But when you do have your buddy, a Mega, particularly a Mega Pokemon, you are going to be getting a boost on candy for that particular type that it is going to be boosting, okay? I think one of the things you probably are going to want to have as your buddy are going to be things that are going to boost the candies for Zacian as well as Zamazenta, okay? So when you go into the catch screen, it's not going to be like, you're not going to be catching Crown Zacian. You're not going to be catching Crown Zamazenta. It is going to be a fairy and it is going to be a fighting, okay? So you have those two options to pick. If you want to get more candy for either one, I recommend you pick whatever you think is going to be helping you out the best. I might just go ahead and go Mega Mawile, get the boost on Fairy, then maybe get the boost on some sort of Steel types, although it doesn't really look like there's going to be too many crazy Steel Pokemon out there. And then also your adventure effects. We are seeing a whole lot of awesome things coming into this Pokemon Go, including these adventure effects. I think some of the best ones are going to be Origin Palkia and Origin Dialga. Probably Origin Dialga is going to be even a little bit better, seeing that it is going to freeze the time on very useful items that you're going to have, like Star Pieces, Lucky Eggs, and your Incent. You could even go with your daily Incent and then have the Galarian bird spawning off that son of a gun periodically throughout the day. All right, now using these adventure effects does cost resources, does cost candy, but if you're big time serious into this, you have a bunch of regular rare candies, dump them into that if you do not have enough right now, and then you're going to be able to rock with a frozen clock with your Star Piece, your Lucky Egg, your Incent, daily Incent potentially, and you're going to be looking golden, okay? That's going to be fantastic for you. All right, moving it on here. The different biomes that we are going to be seeing, we'll go ahead and go over those quickly here. So from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m., you're going to see the volcano area. And as I say these, I'll go ahead and put up the image of what the different biomes are going to look like here. And then from 11 a.m. until 12 a.m., you're going to be seeing the dojo. From 12 p.m. until 1 p.m., you're going to see the tundra. From 1 p.m. until 2 p.m., you're going to see the swamp. And then from 2 p.m. till 3 p.m., you're going to see the volcano again. And then they're going to kind of repeat dojo, tundra, swamp. Okay? So take, your buddy accordingly, Mega Evolution, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, we are also going to be seeing the introduction of a new shiny, a couple of them. We have Frigibax and Frigibax and then Carbinks. I was going to call it Artibax. Carbinks and then Frigibax, okay? So Frigibax, I will say to you, if you catch one in the wild, freaking fantastic. Don't raid your heart out for this. If you want to spend your money, go ahead and be my guest. But this is another one of these cases like we went over before. Dino and all the other ones that were released, like Timber, they are going to get community days. And all the money you spent on these raids is going to go pretty much down the drain. I wouldn't say necessarily completely down the drain, But, you know, if you get like a Shundo, that'll be freaking amazing. But say you get a shiny and it's half-ass, half IV, no good, not even that great. Sure, you can lucky trade it, but come community day, you're going to get a whole bucket full. So what's the point? So just make sure you're careful on that. Now, I will say Carbings is not going to be a community day. So do what you must with that one there. But of course, they're not going to be spawning out of the 10-kilometer eggs anymore. You know how it goes. And let's see what else we have going on here. We have the regionals at the Go Fest. So we have Torkoal, which can be shiny. We have the Flower Flabebe with different colors. Well, I didn't need really say the red Flower Flabebe. There's going to be different colors in each habitat, okay? That's also going to be a nice one to get. And then you're also going to see Pachirisu. That can be shiny. That's going to be in my region as well as parts of Canada. I still don't have a shiny, and I have almost 2 Pachirisus maxed out. I have one maxed out and I have enough candies to max out another one. Pretty crazy. And then the one I'm looking to get, Clef Keys. I do believe that's going to be an exclusive regional to, was it France? So that's going to be definitely a hot commodity. That one cannot be shiny at the moment though. All right. And then some more exclusive ones here. Well, Frigibax is going to be exclusive, but it is going to be pretty awesome. Rare to have shiny, I suppose, until we do get that community day. We are going to be expecting Komoo's community day coming very soon, so prepare for that. Skidoo, that's going to be another one that you definitely want to hunt. It can also be shiny. That one has been exclusive for quite a long time to those Korean events, but now they're going to be bringing it for the world for us, okay? And then you do have the Failings costume and then the Pikachu's costume. And if you like I could speak. If you like shiny hunting those, you know, hunt your heart out. I personally can't be bothered spending my money on those, to be honest with you. All right. And I think that's going to pretty much cover it. Let's go ahead and just go over the... well, there's one more thing here. So I made a video about this a while back, but they did make mention of this. And that is going to be the fact if, say you're in a group and there's just a bunch of spawns around you, a bunch of Pokemon, right? And you just want to shiny check the hell out of everything, right? Without catching them. What you can do is just tap on them. And what's going to happen then is when you tap on these Pokemon, they're actually going to be facing you. So you'll be able to know which ones you tapped on or which ones you didn't. Granted, some Pokemon could just simply, you know, by coincidence be facing the area that you're facing, where you're standing. But with that, you know, aside, you're going to be able to know kind of which ones you did tap on, which ones you didn't. Just a little bit of a tip there. And finally, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the boxes that we're going to see. So this is going to be for the global, okay? So let's go ahead and see here. So for $4.99, of course, or equivalent in your area, you will be able to get an item bag upgrade, 1 Pokemon storage upgrade, 1 remote raid pass, 1 premium pass, 1 incubator, and super incubator. That's going to be for $4.99. For $7.99, you're going to be seeing a featuring 10 premium battle passes, 3 remote raid passes. I got lost here. 1 max particle pack and 1 silver pineapple berry. Okay, and then for $19.99 or equivalent in your area, you're going to also see 40 premium battle passes and 3 remote raid passes. That's pretty good considering that the premium battle passes are going, or the raid passes are going to be about $1 each. So that's a pretty good value there. They don't put in more raid passes because you can't hold more. Scopely, if you could allow us to hold more of these remote passes, that would be great. And also, if you wanted to put a cherry on top and make us extra happy, you will drop the price just ever so slightly. That would be great. Then for $39.99 or equivalent in your area, you're going to see 25 incubators and 30 super incubators, and then 2 Poffins. That's also a pretty decent deal. So do with this what you will. And then the biggest box is going to be $99.99. Of course, or equivalent in your area. You're going to be seeing 60 incubators, 60 super incubators, 30 premium battle passes, 3 remote raid passes, and 3 max particle packs. Okay. And I would think that they'll probably have a few other just random little boxes for you to purchase, okay? If you're not interested in any of these and you just want to get Poke Coins and then just buy things on the side, do what you got to do. Just make sure you are prepared with the items and going into this, clear your storage out so you don't have to sit there and waste time during this event, okay? But with that said, what I do in preparation for this is I pretty much will just load up on items and they usually will like to come out with these sell boxes hopefully like a day before, so you can just purchase them then. Also, another thing to do is make sure if you get a new device that's connecting and catching your Pokemon for you, make sure that is squared away before the event starts. Otherwise, you are going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to freaking, connect it, and it's going to be giving you a pain in the ass. They do disconnect after an hour. That's all devices, no matter if it's modded or not, okay? Unless you do have the device that I did promote on this channel here that can connect to the screen and stay suction cupped, and it will always connect, as well as the Dualmon Pro that we did go over, the Dualmon 3, which will always reconnect if you do take a screenshot, and we've been over that before. We've had links and we've promoted it, so that thing works amazing. You don't even have to think about reconnecting it, so you do have that option as well. But with that said, I just wanted to give you all just a little bit of a heads up. Again, my preparation, I'm always prepared. I'm always transferring Pokemon. Of course, I'm always checking them before I get rid of them to make sure they're not 100. I 4-star. I don't need to do shiny, because if it's a shiny, I'll be able to see it, and I won't be able to transfer it with the rest of the Pokemon. As far as items are concerned, I get those as I need them. I will prepare, I will stack up, I will make sure I do have those ready to go, because I do have a device that does auto catch with Ultra and Great Balls, so I will make sure I have a ton of those before this does start. Probably going to go see a movie where there's like just tons of Pokestops, and just let the device go crazy and just spin them all and just keep on collecting, items and Pokeballs. But there you have it, folks. Just a little couple of tips for you to get ready. If you did enjoy this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.